48 teams just walked into this World Cup. 47 of them are already out of the running to win it, they just don't know it yet. Sounds harsh. It's history. In 96 years and 22 tournaments, only 8 nations have ever lifted this trophy. Not 8 in a good decade. 8. Ever. So before you fill out a single bracket, here's the truth nobody puts on the broadcast. More teams did not mean more winners. By the end of this, you'll spot a real contender in 1 second. Here's what makes 2026 feel different. The tournament just jumped from 32 teams to 48, the biggest field in its entire history. More countries, more flags, more underdog stories. So, the door looks wide open. Anyone can win, right? Now ask yourself the real question. Out of these 48 teams, how many can actually win the whole thing? Not advance, not pull off one shock result, win it. The answer is the same as it was in 1930, and in 1990, and in 2022. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. So start with the one thing every champion has ever shared. Every World Cup winner in history has come from just 2 places on Earth, Europe or South America. That's it. 5 European nations have won it. Italy, Germany, France, England, Spain. 3 South American nations, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina. Add it up, and you get 12 titles for Europe, 10 for South America, and a clean 0 for everywhere else. Asia, 0. Africa, 0. North America, 0. So, if your team isn't from those 2 regions, history isn't quietly doubting them. It's flatly saying no. And we know exactly how close the rest have come. Take Morocco. In 2022, they did something no African nation had ever done. They reached a World Cup semi-final with an entire continent and most of the planet behind them. They started strong again this year, holding Brazil in their opener. It was the best run any team outside the club has ever put together, and the wall still held. That's how heavy this pattern is. The greatest outsider story in the sport's history still came up short. So why does it hold? Because knockout football doesn't reward a hot month. It rewards experience and depth. The 8 winners all share the same DNA. They've stood on this stage before. They've got 23 players who'd start for almost any other country. And when a game comes down to 1 penalty, they don't blink. That's why, as this tournament opens, the 2 favorites are Spain and France, both from the club, both with the trophy already in the cabinet. Form gets you noticed, pedigree gets you the cup. But here's where it gets messy. Being on the shortlist barely guarantees you anything. Since 1978, the team that went in as the favorite has won it only 3 times out of 11. The last favorite to actually deliver was Spain back in 2010. Think about that. The smart money has been wrong far more often than it's been right. So the real picture is strange. The list of teams that can win is tiny, maybe 6 or 7 nations, but the winner inside that list is almost a coin flip. It's not wide open, and it's not decided. It's a small room with a wild door, which is good news for you. You don't need to follow all 48 teams to know what's going on. You just need to watch the 7 that can actually win it. So, next time someone swears their team is going all the way, ask them 2 quick things. Have they ever won it before? And are they from the right 2 continents? If the answer is no and no, smile and enjoy the ride anyway. And if some team finally breaks that 96-year wall in 2026, you'll know you watched history happen live. The field got bigger. The list did not. Now you know exactly who to watch.